Hello, I'm Serena and welcome to Burn and Build 6, a full body workout using only a pair of dumbbells. I'll be using 2 kg per hand, but feel free to grab anything between 1 and 3 for today. Set your weights to the top of your mat so we can begin our equipment-free warm-up, and join me in a cross-legged position with your hands on your knees. You can close your eyes as you take a deep inhale and exhale to settle. Drop your chin to your chest, keeping your shoulders soft. Begin to roll your head in big, slow circles, bringing awareness into your body by noticing the sensations that come up with this movement. Come back through center and then just reverse the direction of your circles for a few rotations. Come back to the middle, stacking your spine. Draw your palms together in front of your chest. Clasp your hands, flip your palms forward, and press out through the heels of your hands as you gently round your spine. Tuck your chin, draw your navel in. Now inhale to flip your palms up, lift your chest, and gaze up. Exhale, push forward and round, spreading your upper back wide. Inhale, palms up, pull your pinky fingers back as you gaze up and arch. Once more, exhale, round, press forward. Inhale, arms up. Now let's open this movement up. You can start to circle out your body, allowing your shoulders, arms, and torso to move around. But let your arms be the driver of the movement. So try to keep your sits bones firmly grounded and thighs heavy as we move around. Come back to the middle, palms up, then separate your hands, place your right hand down, left arm reaches up and over for a side body stretch. Without rocking to the right, gently pulse in and out from the right elbow, deepening the stretch that extends down your left side. Gently push off with your right hand, extend both arms up, and then take it over to the left side. So with your left hand down, pulse in and out from the left elbow as you reach your right arm up and overhead. Release left hand from the floor, reach both arms up, turn your palms away from each other, and then circle your arms around behind your back to clasp your hands. Slight lift of the chest, draw your shoulder blades together, keep a micro bend in your elbows. Breathe in, enjoying that beautiful opening across the front of the chest, and then you can release and make your way into tabletop. Spread all 10 fingers out nice and wide, knees under the hips. Let's begin with an inhale to lift the tail. Drop your belly down, gaze forward, lift your chin. Exhale, rippling through the spine as you tuck your chin and round. Big inhale, arch, traction your hands towards the back of your mat, and as you exhale, firmly press down through both hands to stretch your upper back. Line up your breathing and your movement, inhaling to arch, exhaling to curl in from the center of your spine. Now return to a neutral spine. Turn your right toes out to the side, tuck the toes under, and then spin your knee up towards the ceiling so your foot is flat, right knee bent 90 degrees. Right hand comes behind your head. Inhale, twist and open. Exhale, right elbow to the inner left elbow. Inhale, twist, gaze up to the right elbow. Exhale, close it down. Inhale, rotate the spine, open your chest. Exhale, bring it down. Last one, inhale. Exhale. At the bottom of your exhale, release your right hand back down to the mat. Rise up on your inhale, reaching your arms overhead. Exhale, pulse into your right knee, cactus your arms. Inhale, reach. Exhale, sink into your lunge as you cactus the arms. A few more like this. Keep your chest broad and open. Right heel always stays down on the floor. And then release your hands back down to the mat. Turn your right knee down and in. Return your right toes to the back of your mat. Left toes turn out, tuck them under, spin your left knee out, line up your knee over your ankle. Inhale, open up, left hand behind your head. Exhale, close down. Inhale, rotating through the spine as you open your chest. Exhale, release. Keep your hand light behind your left ear. Make sure you're not yanking on the back of your head. Finish off with this last one, then return your left hand to the floor. Inhale to rise up, reaching your arms overhead, giving your glutes a little squeeze. Exhale, cactus your arms, lean to the left. Inhale, pulse out and reach. Exhale, pulse in and cactus. A few more. Again, staying nice and tall through the spine, open across the chest. Bring it up again. Gently float your hands down to the mat. Turn your left knee down to the mat, return your left toes to the back of the mat. Let's take a quick child's pose. You can widen your knees, sink your hips back to your heels. Spider crawl your hands forward so the arms are active. Tuck your chin round all the way forward, dropping your hips and lifting your head at the end for a back bend. Then as you exhale, arch your back, pull your hips back to your heels, lower your forehead. Tuck and round as you uncurl your chest towards the top of the mat, finding your cobra, and then arching the back as you pull your hips back to return them to your heels. Tuck it round, inhale, open up, shoulders back and down, chest is broad. Exhale, send your hips back to your heels, child's pose. This time as you come forward, stop with shoulders lined up over your wrists, bring your knees hip-width apart, tuck your toes, and then send your hips high into downward facing dog. You can take a quick pedal out of the legs when you arrive. And then returning to stillness, gaze forward, take as many steps as you need to walk to the front of your mat. That concludes our warm-up, so grab your weights with a little bend in the knees, tuck your chin, and slowly uncurl your spine to stand. Take a big step across the mat with your right foot, turn your toes out, extend your arms overhead for our starting position. Circle your arms out and down as you take a nice deep plie squat, then with control sweep the arms back up as you stand. Inhale, everything comes down, exhale, everything back to the top. We're starting right away with this big compound movement, so pay attention to the little details. In a plie squat, you always want your knees pointing out in the same direction as the toes. So if your knees are caving in, you can take a slightly narrower stance. With your upper body, make sure your palms are facing forward at the top and the bottom, and move slow enough that you're not swinging your arms. Last time standing all the way up, big reach. This time as you drop down, hold here. Bicep curl on the right, release, then on the left, release. Back to the right, and back to the left. Notice as I'm working through this movement in the upper body, my lower body is staying put, so I'm holding a deep plie squat, still pressing the knees out. So try to press down a little more through the knife edge, the pinky toe edge of both of your feet to keep your thighs in external rotation. If you had a tail, imagine you were pointing it down towards the floor to keep your spine straight and avoid collapsing forward. Your elbows stay close to your ribs. You're still moving with control, not swinging, for 3, 2, 1. Both arms straight, stand all the way up, circle your arms overhead. Keep your arms there, drop right back down to your plie squat. This time we're pulsing the lower body. Again, you want your tail pointing down so your back is straight rather than leaning forward and arching. It can be a little tricky to stay in this position with the arms overhead, so if you are losing your form, you can always bring the weights to your shoulders. 15 more seconds like this. See if you can bring your pulses down even lower. So make the pulses small and keep them right at the bottom of your range rather than a big bounce up and down. If you're still holding those weights overhead, keep your arms straight, hands shoulder width apart, chest up for 3, 2, 1. Stay low. Bend your right elbow to your right thigh. Exhale, press back up. Left elbow, left thigh, and press. Inhale, bend. Exhale, drive your weight up. Switching hands every rep without moving your legs. So again, we're moving the upper body, but staying low in our plie squat. You can see I'm taking a little bit of a side bend. This will help you to get into your obliques. And whenever I lean over to one side, the opposite hand stays in the air with the arms straight. Stay super low for 5, 4, 3. Keep those knees pressing out. Last 2. Last 1. Press up. Stand all the way up. Weights to shoulders. Let's change our stance. Step your left foot behind your right foot and come down to a curtsy lunge, both knees bent. Stay nice and low. Exhale, hinge forward. Sweep your arms back. Inhale to upright, weights to shoulders. Exhale, hinge, left leg straight. Inhale, bend your knee, bring your weights to shoulders. So switching between these two positions, your right knee should be bent the whole time. Imagine you're putting most of your body weight down in the right heel. Your left leg only is straightening as you hinge forward and bending as you bring it back. As you get used to the movement and you find your balance, aim for a little more depth, bending your left knee closer to the mat with every rep. Last one here. Hinge forward, sweep the arms back, return the weights to your shoulders, hold your curtsy lunge, and pulse. Just like in our plie squat, small, low pulses, your left knee coming close to the mat. Drive your right heel down into the floor. Make sure you're not leaning forward. Find a tall spine. Focus more on your legs. Let your weights just hover directly in front of your shoulders. You can feel that slow burn starting to build in the right glute and thigh. Practice staying here without reacting to that sensation. That's how you're going to build strength. Over time, eventually learning to lean into that sensation and the challenge. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shift your weight into your right leg. Pick up your left knee in front of you. Sweep your left leg back. Reach the arms back like airplane wings. Return to standing, drawing the weights to your shoulders and lifting your left knee. Exhale, sweep, so it's a single-legged deadlift. Arms come alongside the body. And then return to your one-legged stand. Left foot is flexed the whole time, balancing the weight on your right foot. If you need to catch your balance at any point, you can tap your left foot down at the top of the movement. Go slow so you're really working from a place of stability and control. Exhaling to sweep your leg back. Inhaling to slowly rise to stand. Feel that nice stretch down the back of your right hamstring as you extend, and a release as you stand and stabilize. Let's go for one more, sweeping it back. Weights to shoulders, hold here. Lift your right heel, gently lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. It's a single-legged calf raise. This one is tricky for balance, especially since we've already worked the right leg a fair bit. So don't be afraid if it's a small range. Try to lift your heel even just a centimeter or two and stay at the top for half a second before you gently release back down. So there's lots of control, even if it's a small range. I know after even just a few of these, I always really feel it in the right calf. A little wobbling is totally fine. Keep your upper body upright. Spine is still long. Last one. Pop up, lower down. Good job. Reset your stance. Step your left foot out. Then curtsy your right leg behind the left. Bend both of your knees. Exhale, hinge forward. Sweep your arms back. Inhale, chest up, weights to shoulders. Exhale, straighten your right leg. Inhale, bend your knee back to your curtsy. There's a lot happening here, so keep your mind in your body, not just going through the motions, but paying attention. When you bring your chest forward, keep your spine straight, not rounded. Envision a straight line from the back of your skull down to your right heel. Try to find the shape of the movement, and then you can start to layer in more depth by coming down to a deeper curtsy lunge when you rebend your back knee. Let's go for one more before we pulse it out. Exhale, hinge forward. Inhale, come down low, weights to your shoulders, pulse through the lower body. This is where I want you to really feel the strength through your left leg, driving your heel firmly into the floor. There's a feeling of heaviness and anchoring through the left foot, and then a lightness to the torso as you take these micro pulses. Don't cheat yourself by standing all the way up at the top. Keep your pulses small and low. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shift your weight to your left foot, draw your right knee forward, keep your weights on your shoulders. Exhale to hinge, sweeping your right leg back, at the same time bringing your arms alongside your body, palms face in, then reset in your starting position. Left leg stays straight, so it's a hinge forward from the hips. Controlled rise back up to stand, pulling your right knee through at the top. When you extend, reach your head forward and heel back in opposite directions. Proud chest the whole time, even at the bottom of the movement. Imagine you had a t-shirt with a logo on it, so as you come up, you show your logo to the wall in front of you, and as you come forward and down, you're showing the logo to the floor without scrunching up your shoulders. Smooth it out for these last 2 reps. Imagine this is one continuous movement, no starting and stopping. Exhale, sweep it back. Inhale, come up, and now single-legged calf raises. Left heel lifts, lower. Lift, catch your balance, then gently lower down. So again, spending that split second at the top where you've really got to work through the calf to keep your balance before you drop back down. Zip up through your core for stability. Grow tall through the crown of your head. In a movement like this, height through the spine is what creates stability. When you start to collapse and round, that's when you wobble. Keep your hands floating in front of your shoulders. Don't brace through the arms. Send your strength to your lower body without tensing up in the upper body. Last 2 reps. Last one, nice high lift, then lower down. Both feet to the floor. Arms down by your sides. Excellent. Let's take a quick reset. You can lower your weights for a moment. Stand with your feet hip width apart. Take a big inhale, reach up, feel the sides of your waist lengthen. Exhale, swan dive and fold. Let your upper body hang down. With your hands on the mat, step one knee down to the floor at a time, coming through tabletop. Spread your fingers wide, rock back and forth a few times to get your wrists ready for our floor combo for the day. Big inhale to pull the hips back. Exhale to rock forward. One more like this. And then return through center. Grab one dumbbell under your right hand. Left palm flat on the mat, hands shoulder width. Tuck your toes. Pull your hips back and up, coming into a pike position to start off. Inhale, shift forward to plank, shoulders over wrists. Exhale, pike, this time dumbbell reaches to left ankle. Inhale, back to your plank, gently place the weight down. Exhale, pike, reach across. Inhale, gently bringing your dumbbell down every time, and then right hand reaching across to your left ankle. You may or may not be able to tap the dumbbell to your ankle. You could also reach a little higher up the front of your left leg, perhaps instead tapping your shin or just below your knee. Your left hand stays grounded in one spot, your right hand moves every rep, and you're just getting used to this reach across action because we are going to add on. So let's do it. This time, one pike, reach across. Then as you come forward, circle your right arm up, open to a side plank. Bend your knees, send your hips to the back of your mat, reach your right hand to the back of the mat. Windmill your right hand all the way back down to reset in high plank. Pick up your right hand, one pike, reach across, circle it up to the sky, side plank. Side torpedo, reach your right hand back, send your hips back, and then big windmill action with your right hand to reset in high plank. Keep it slow and controlled. Again, your left hand stays fixed to one place on your mat. Your right arm is doing all of the movement. One more rep from here. Try to smooth it out. Take your time, especially in the parts where you want to rush through. And then we'll stay on the left side. You can bring your right hand down for a moment. Lower your left elbow to the mat. Bring your hips down. Resting on your left hip, bend your left knee 90 degrees. Lift your right leg up to hip height. Flex your foot, sweep it to the back corner. Point your toes, extend your leg forward. Flex, heel leads the way to reach back. Point, bring your foot directly in front of your hip. This whole movement is happening from the hip down. You're not rolling back onto your glutes, so stay balanced on the outer left thigh. Use your left elbow on the floor and your right hand on the weight to support you. Again, we're kind of practicing this movement, slowly building, just getting your foundation going, and then we add on. Your leg continues the same movement, but this time as you sweep back with the weight in your right hand, reach your right arm out on a diagonal in the opposite direction of your heel. As your leg sweeps forward, draw right elbow to right ribs. Leg goes back, reach your arm long, big side body stretch. Sweep it forward, row elbow to ribs. Arm and leg working in opposite directions across the body. Keep your right palm facing down, wrist straight as you glide your arm out and in. Make sure your right foot is still lifted at hip height. You're still pointing and flexing whenever you switch direction. And be mindful not to dump down into your left shoulder. Press down through your left forearm. Keep your left ribs lifted away from the floor. Stay with me for one more. Stretch long as you inhale. Elbow comes in as you exhale. Now bend your right knee, bring your legs together, lower your right hand back down to the floor. Wrap your left hand around your right ribs so you're lying all the way down on your side with just your head lifted. Exhale to press down through the right hand, lift your upper body away from the floor. Inhale to bend your elbow and lower it down. So same kind of sensation as you would get in a tricep push-up, but we are lying on our sides and you're only using your right arm. Using the weight in your right hand like a handle. Don't flop back and forth like a fish. Keep your lower body heavily anchored down. Squeeze your thighs together. Half reps are totally fine if you can't come up all the way. Go as high as you can and then gently lower down, avoiding crashing your left shoulder to the mat. Let's add in another layer. So staying on your left side, pick up your right hand, press straight up towards the ceiling, bend your elbow, bring your weight back down, and then one side push up. So elbow to ribs, press your hand straight up, bring it back down with control, and then lift your upper body and lower. Still avoiding your crash landing of the left shoulder and also when you place your weight down. Control is the key, building awareness and strength. You're not just training your muscles, you're training movement today. Learning how to gently lower yourself to the floor here may help you at a time when you really need it, like when you want to lower yourself to the floor to play with your kids. Bringing your weight down gently could help you gently put down a heavy object without damaging the floor. So what you're doing here is really important. You're training your body to move better with every rep. Lower your weight down. Let's come into our finisher on this side. You're going to keep your knees stacked, but move them back slightly. Press yourself up to your hands. Lift your left hip off the floor. Imagine your lower body is doing a modified side plank. Your upper body is doing a high plank. Now inhale, bend your elbows, chest hovers. Exhale, press up. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Staying in this twisted plank will help to really target your obliques, the sides of your waist. If the push-ups are a little too much for you today, you can just hold your twisted plank. Make sure that your knees are still pointing towards the right, squeeze your thighs together, and the center of your chest is facing towards the floor. Complete one more rep. Inhale, drop down. Exhale, press up. Excellent job. You can lower back down. And before we take it over to the other side, we're going to lie down on the back for a quick bridge series. Bend your knees, place your feet on the floor, grab your weights. You can hold one or both of your weights on your hips. Set your knees and feet hip-width apart with your feet flat, and think about creating a natural curve in your lower back, a neutral spine, as you brace your navel in towards your spine. On your exhale, lift your hips up into a bridge. Inhale, lower down to hover. Getting this glute bridge action going, maintaining a neutral spine and gentle engagement through the core as we press down through the heels to fire up the glutes. Feel which muscles in your body are working. Especially if you're someone who does a lot of Pilates and Sculpt or mat classes, you see this movement all the time. So be careful not to switch into autopilot. Stay super present, squeezing your glutes every time you lift, lowering down to hover without resting your hips on the floor at the bottom. Let's go for one more full range of motion. Lift, lower. Now press up, hold it here. Come up onto your right toes. Drop your heel down, then left side, heel down. Right side, gently place it down, left side. One foot is moving at a time. Be very mindful that your hips stay exactly where they are. They're not rocking side to side. If you find they are swaying, you can take the weights off your hips, arms by your sides to help you stabilize. You're practicing shifting your weight to whichever foot is flat on the floor, one side at a time, without moving your hips out of that stable position. Keep your belly button facing up towards the ceiling. Coming up next, we are going to add on. So go for one more heel raise on the left side. Now as your right heel lifts, pick up your right foot, knee stays bent, then place it down. Left knee lifts, place it down. Right leg to tabletop, place it down. Left leg to tabletop, place it down. Same idea as with our calf raises. Don't let your hips wobble and sway. Get rid of the weights if you need to keep your hips level in the center. I know it can feel kind of fun to turn this into a big fling and kick of whichever leg is lifting, kind of like the can-can. Keep it controlled, so when you pick up your foot, your knee stays bent tabletop position and you point your toes. Then you gently place your foot back down without stomping. Let's go for one more on the right. Place it down. Now pick up your left leg. You can straighten out your left leg. We're going for single-legged glute bridges. Exhale, lift your hips. Inhale, lower down. Keep a slight bend in your left knee if your hamstring is tight, toes pointing straight up towards the ceiling. You've still got your neutral spine. And now with your left leg in the air, your right glute has to do all the work to make this hip raise happen. It's kind of a funny analogy, but I like to imagine if I was wearing a belt buckle, I'd be showing it toward the ceiling, not wobbling it side to side. This next time that you lift up, freeze at the top. Begin to draw circles with your left toes, moving from your hip socket, not your pelvis. Find a range of motion that's big enough that you're challenging your range, but you're not wobbling side to side. You have to move slow enough with your left leg that nothing else reacts. This movement is hard in a sneaky way. Keep that imaginary belt buckle facing toward the ceiling so there's no movement of the hips. They're frozen in space. Right leg stays active. Drive straight through your right heel like you're pushing the floor away to keep your glute firm the whole time. And keep your right knee pointing forward, no drifting. Great work. Let's release. Right foot comes down, keep your hips up, extend your left leg towards the sky. Single-legged glute bridges to start. Inhale to lower, exhale, squeeze and lift. Inhale down, exhale up. Level out your hips. Keep your gaze straight up towards the ceiling, slight tuck of the chin to the chest so the back of your neck is long on the mat. Allowing your left glute to take over the work of lowering and lifting the hips. Keep your right leg active. Remember, you can always have a little bend in your right knee, but make sure that you're pointing your toes. Last 3, exhale, lift, inhale, lower. 2, 1. Next time you come up, hold it at the top. Stabilize through your hips, circle out the right leg. Remember, your hips are level. Keep your belly button, your belt buckle pointing up towards the ceiling. If you find your hips are rocking side to side, make the circles smaller. It's more important to control than to go for a really big range. If your hips are starting to drop down, drive through your left heel, get your hips right back up to the top of your bridge. Last 10 seconds, stay lifted through the hips. Coming up next, we're going to go straight into one big long hold to finish off our bridge series. Bring your right leg up. Place your right foot down onto the floor, hips all the way at the top with a neutral spine. We're simply holding here. Connect your mind to your muscles. Imagine, envision, feel squeezing both of your glutes at the same time to avoid dropping down. You've got 10 more seconds. Deep inhales, deep exhales. 4, 3, 2, 1. Release your hips down to the mat. Excellent job. Remove your weights from your hips, leave them to the sides of your mat as you hug your knees in, and then rock yourself up. We'll meet back in a tabletop position to set up for our side body series on the second side. Remember, you will only need one weight. This time it's going to come under your left hand, your right palm flat on the floor, hands shoulder width apart. We begin in a pike position, so tuck your toes, lift your knees, pull your hips back and up to a pike. Let's begin with an inhale to shift forward to plank. Exhale, hips back, left hand to right ankle. Inhale, gently place your weight down, come back to your plank. Left hand to the right ankle or shin or just below the knee. So reach as far across as you can. There's a slight twist of the upper body. Make sure not to move your right hand around. So your fingertips on the right hand should always be facing forward. All 5 fingers spread wide so you've got a nice strong foundation as you move the rest of your body. 3 more like this, and then we're going to add on that opening up to a side plank. Last 2, core stays engaged, reach back, gently come back to your high plank, shoulders over wrists. Last 1, reach back, reset in your high plank. Let's add on 1 pike reach across. As you come forward, sweep your left hand all the way up to the sky, bend your knees, side torpedo, come back to your side plank, and then circle your left hand down for your high plank to reset. 1 pike reach across, open up side plank, side torpedo, right hand stays strong, return to your side plank, and then your high plank squaring off your shoulders. Moving with fluidity between these different positions, take this as slow as you need. Don't collapse into your right shoulder. Gently draw right shoulder away from your right ear so the sides of the neck are long. Let's finish off this last rep. When you make it to your next high plank, pause here. We're going to open up to the right side, lowering your right hip to the floor. Right elbow comes down, weight stays in your left hand. Bend your right knee, pick up your left foot, flex, sweep your left foot back, point, sweep your left foot forward. Flex, draw a straight line back with your heel, point, retake that line forward so that your foot lines up in front of your hip right at the very front. So we're not rocking side to side. You're anchoring down through the right outer thigh and shin. Your glutes stay off the floor. You're working from your left hip joint. And as we get this movement going in the lower body, coming up next, we're going to add in that reach with the left arm. Bringing it forward for the last time. Now flex, reach it back. Left arm reaches forward. Draw the left elbow to the left ribs as you bring your leg forward. So arm and leg reach out, leg comes forward, elbow comes just beyond your left ribs. Arm and leg working in opposite directions. Left foot always stays as high as your left hip. Be careful not to dip your left foot down towards the floor. Keep your left palm facing down, your wrist straight, and your elbow level with your shoulder. Feel this as a big pull. Exhale, push. Reach the arm and leg across. Inhale, pull. Exhale, push. Last one. Pull the elbow back, leg forward. Then push the hand out, reach your heel back. Let's bring it back in. Bring your knees together 90 degrees. Right hand to your left ribs, left hand on the floor. Starting with your side push-up, left arm is doing the work this time. Exhale to lift your right shoulder away from the mat. Inhale, slowly, gently lower down. You can reposition the weight if it was a little bit too far forward. It should be just about in front of the center of your chest. Squeeze your legs together. Remember, we're not flopping back and forth like a fish. You're just lifting the upper body. Lower body stays in one spot. 2 more reps like this, just working that side push-up before we combo it up with our side press. Last one. Lower down gently. Now one side push-up. Lift and lower your upper body. Extend your left hand up towards the sky, wrist stacks over your shoulder. Bring it down. Return to your side push-up. Keep your right shoulder on the floor. Left hand reaches up. Gently bring your weight down. Working both parts of the movement with control, especially on the descent. Let your left arm do the work. Keep the rest of your body quiet. A slower tempo will be more challenging, so try to go at the same slow speed you did on the first side, alternating movements. Keep it super strong for this final rep. Lift your upper body, lower down. Press your left hand up, gently bring your weight down. Now let's set up for that twisted plank. So you can press yourself up, keep your knees stacked towards the left, move your knees back a couple of inches so they're behind your hips, hands on the floor, chest facing down. Squeeze through the core, feel this slight rotation through the torso. Then bend your elbows, lower your chest down, exhale to press up. So it's a push-up, but your knees are stacked to the side, so we're getting some extra work into the right oblique. This is a pretty challenging variation of a push-up, so if you need to scale it back, just hold your twisted side plank, keeping your arms straight at the top, envisioning pushing your hands down into the mat, applying downward pressure through both palms. Final 3, 2, 1. Let's release both knees down to the floor. Setting up for our final combo of the day in a tabletop position. Hands under your shoulders, tuck your left toes under, extend your right leg out parallel to the floor. Keeping your legs straight, tap your toes down, and then lift back up, squeezing your right glute to move your leg. Keep your legs straight and your toes pointed, like you're drawing a straight line down and up with your right toes. Keep your spine in neutral the whole time, so make sure you're not arching and rounding like you're doing a cat-cow. Hug your ribs up and in, keep your lower back flat, only move your right leg. Last one like this, and then we're going to add on. Inhale, tap your toes. Exhale, lift, keeping your right leg in the air, chest comes down and forward for a tricep push-up, press back up to the top. Right toes tap, right leg lifts, chest comes down, and then press the mat away. At this point in the combo, you want to make sure again that your right leg stays completely straight. Imagine someone is pulling your toes towards the back of your mat. As you dip down on your push-up, think down and forward like you're trying to touch your chest to the mat in between your thumbs, hugging your elbows in close so that we target the triceps. Make sure those left toes are still tucked. Let's go for one more like this, and then we're going to add on one more piece of movement at the end. Starting from the top, one toe tap, lift, one chaturanga push-up, press up. Now draw the right knee forward, squeeze knee to nose, pop your left knee up off the mat, lower it back down as you re-extend. Repeat, one toe tap, one push-up, right knee comes forward, left knee lifts, so you're in a 3-point plank, and then re-extend to tabletop. Tap and lift, chest down, chest up, knee in, your left knee lifts, gently set it back down as you reset. There's a lot happening here, so take your time, go through slowly, working each movement with just as much integrity and control as you did in the previous round. Now next time you squeeze the right knee in towards the chest, step it back so you're in a high plank, both knees lifted. Finding your best form, shoulders over wrists, hips level with your shoulders. Draw your right knee to the right elbow. Step it back, left side. Step it back, right knee, left knee. Avoid swaying your hips side to side. Imagine balancing a glass of water or a dinner plate on your lower back. Don't let it fall over to either side. At the same time, go for a really strong march with each knee. Try to actually touch your knee to the back of your arm. Stay with me for 4, 3, 2, stepping back gently. Last one, step back, find your high plank, lower your knees down, reset in tabletop. We're going to take all of that on the second side. When you're ready, extend your left leg, toes pointed. Start with just your toe tap, getting this movement going in the lower body before we go anywhere else. Hinge from your hip to gently tap your toenails down to the mat. Squeeze your glute to lift up. Remember, avoid doing cat-cow with your spine. Keep your lower back flat, hips and shoulders level. In order to keep your hips level, make sure that you don't roll your left hip open to the side at the top. Rather, think about rolling your left inner thigh up towards the ceiling as you work through this movement to keep your hips in line. Last one like this, and then we'll add in our push-up. So 1 lift of the left leg. Bend your elbows, dive your chest forward and down, press up. Inhale, tap, exhale, lift. Inhale, lower your chest down, then press back up. Adding in that second layer of movement and thinking ahead a little bit about how we're gonna do our knee drive. Make sure that your right toes are tucked under so you'll be able to seamlessly lift your right knee off the mat when we add our final layer. Final 3, first moving your left leg and then dropping your chest down. Last 2, keep it strong through the left leg, toes pointed, chest down, chest up. Last one, best rep so far, and then we add on our final layer. So 1 toe tap, lift it up, drop your chest down, press up. Draw left knee in towards the nose. You can lift your right knee off the mat, 3-point plank, re-extend, tap your right knee down. 1 top of the left toes, 1 chaturanga push-up, knee to nose, and then re-extend. Be careful to gently set your right knee down every time. Work through piece by piece, 1 movement at a time. Try to keep it super clear and controlled. We're in our last 2 reps now. Push up, knee to nose, right knee lifts, reset in tabletop. Last one, toe tap, lift, chest down, chest up. Now squeeze your knee into your nose, step your left foot back, high plank. Use these first 10 seconds to get your form locked in, pressing down through your hands, reaching back through your heels. Then go ahead and add in your knee drives, 1 leg at a time. Knee comes all the way forward to actually connect with the back of your arm. Aim to bring your knee up a little higher than you did the first time we went through this movement. So rather than touching the elbow, can you touch slightly above your tricep or your armpit, getting just a little bit more work in through the core. We are almost done. This is our last working set. 3, 2, last one, bring it all the way forward, step back to plank, lower your knees down, untuck your toes, go ahead and sit back on your heels, give your wrists a little bit of a shake out after all of those push-ups and planks. Let's come right into a nice stretch for the chest and shoulders. Line up your hips over your knees, walk your hands towards the top of the mat, shoulder width apart, and bow your chest down. You can relax your forehead or your chin on the floor. Enjoy this nice lengthening down the sides of the waist, up through the armpits, the chest, and the shoulders, and begin to slow your breathing down at the end of your workout. Keep your elbows grounded. Slowly ripple your spine forward to lower your thighs, hips, and navel to the mat for Sphinx pose. Draw your shoulder blades together, press the points of your elbows down into the mat, broaden across your chest. And then reach your right hand forward so your elbow lifts up. Thread your left arm underneath, left palm facing up. You can hook your chin over your right bicep and bring your forehead down to the mat. Soften into this shape. Keep both of your hip bones facing down. So rather than rolling onto your left side, you're face down, getting a nice stretch across the upper back and between the shoulder blades. Lift your right elbow back up, lift your forehead, and then we'll switch sides. Reset in your Sphinx pose. Reach your left hand forward so the elbow lifts, thread your right arm underneath. Right palm facing up, Walk your left hand forward, allow your head to hang down over your right bicep, this time being mindful not to roll onto your right side, belly button facing down towards the floor, invite the breath into your back body, soften your legs, your shoulders, your neck. When you're ready, come up one more time, we'll reset in Sphinx pose. Firm down through your hands so you can scoop your elbows off to the sides. Slide your hands back under your shoulders, tuck your toes, press yourself up and all the way back to downward facing dog. Lifting your hips up, extend your right leg up towards the sky, bend your right knee, open your hips, gaze towards the ceiling under your left armpit. Exhale, right foot steps forward, lower your left knee down, finding a low lunge. Let your hips sink down and forward as you inhale. Exhale, draw your hips back for a half split. Inhale, rolling forward, lift your chest, light fingertips. Exhale, hips pull back, fold over your right leg. Again, inhale, lift through the top of your head, open your chest. Exhale, flex your foot as you pull back. Now retake your lunge on the right foot. Place your hands flat on the floor, lift your left knee. Re-extend your right leg back to your three-legged dog and return your right foot to the floor. Inhale, left leg comes up, bend your knee, open your hips, gaze towards the ceiling under your right armpit. Exhale, low lunge, drop your right knee down to the floor. Inhale, sink into your lunge. Exhale, hips pull back, flex your left foot, straighten the left leg. 2 more times, inhaling to roll forward. Exhaling to peel it back. Last one, inhale, maybe a little more depth, sending your hips to the front of the mat. Exhale, draw the hips back, fold over your left thigh. Retake your lunge, place your hands flat on the floor with your right toes tucked, lift your right knee, sweep your left leg up, three-legged dog, inhale. Exhale, left foot returns to the floor. Lower your knees down, untuck your toes, sit in a kneeling position. Draw your hands together in front of your chest, interlace your fingers, give your wrists a quick roll, finishing off our cool down. Separate your hands, shake it off, and let's finish with a big inhale to reach the arms out to the sides, all the way up and overhead. Make this the deepest breath you've taken all day. Exhale, bring your hands down to heart center, and you are done. I hope you enjoyed today's workout, and if you enjoy this style of class, you will love my new 2-week workout program called Flow 40. It's now live. I'll link it for you in the description so you can check it out and learn more. Stay tuned for another free video on my channel next week, and don't forget to like and subscribe.